Want to be on the pod, Lynn? Pod!
Do you have a fun fact for Paul and Kathy?
No.
What about Carrie Lewis?
No.
What about Liz Fisher? All right.
And oop.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest needs no introduction.
He stole a card from Laser Tag.
You can find him splashing water all over the sink, which angers darling daughter.
And oop.
The lovely, the talented Lennox Albert Garcia.
And oop.
So, darling son Lennox Albert went to his first friend's birthday party since moving to a new school. We uprooted the Wild Childs from Rosemont, and we are now in West Sacramento, and this is Len's first big outing, got invited to a birthday party. So this is a big deal. And we didn't know what to get him because we were going to get the kid a card and cash.
Yeah, I grabbed some candy, throw in there.
Okay.
So candy, cash, card.
Yeah, but we didn't know how much, the amount of cash to give him. Because, yeah, Lennox and him have been friends, but because COVID, a lot of it was Zoom last year. Mm-hmm. Is a Zoom friend a real friend, honey? So, and it's still relatively a new friend.
They've never hung out outside of school. I've never met the parents. Yeah.
Has this new friend helped Lennox move? Because that's the test of a true friendship.
No.
Do they party together? Does the dad lift? What does the mom do for a living?
We got to find out all this.
Where do they live? What's the real estate value of their home? Can we look it up on Zillow? Are the parents doing all right? Do they need a couple extra dollars? But we ended up going with how much?
10.
10. You wanted to give 15.
Yeah, Lennox wanted to give 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I said 10.
And I was like, okay, that's reasonable. This is a new friendship between a couple of 9-year-olds.
Right. Right. So.
And then on the way to the party, when I was driving Lennox out there, he said, I told you I wanted to get him a Nerf gun. And you didn't listen to me. I was like, okay.
Those are like at least $20.
Right. Or closer to 30 if you want a decent one.
My goodness. But the party was at Country Club Lanes, which is like Laser X. They got the laser tag thing in there. They got a whole
heck of, what is it called?
Video games and just wacky games.
Yeah.
Bowling alley at Country Club Lanes. But we went there to pick them up. You drove them out. I went with you to pick them up because you indicated it was scary. The clientele.
Well, it was packed. Yeah. And some people are rough looking.
Yeah.
Not everybody. And it was dark. And it was cold.
In the parking lot, it was dark.
Everywhere. Well, it was nighttime. I'm not used to being out after dark by myself.
It is. It is frightening. Because when we were going out there to pick them up, it was still obviously the dark. It was 7 p.m. ish, and I don't like driving in the dark. It's scary.
I don't like driving in the dark either. And also, it was very foggy. Yeah. It's been really foggy the last few days, so there's a lot going on. And yeah. I needed you there. I needed your support.
Yeah, and I didn't go with you to drop them off because I ate too much Chinese food.
You were in no state to leave the house.
I needed some me time. But then you said to me, what say what you said, honey. You think
I said I guarantee there's gonna be a shooting here tonight.
Yes. And so we went back out there and it was very busy. And
yet I left our son out there.
Yes. So. Yes. Well, the mom was responsible.
She was nice. We chatted.
But when we went out there, it was super busy, very crowded. The mask wearing, about a third, maybe.
Yeah, hardly anyone.
Yeah, including one Lennox Albert, who had his mask down around his chin.
Much like a certain man he lives with.
Much like Darling's stepdad. Where did he learn that from, honey? I almost called Gavin Newsom and reported.
You were bursting with pride.
Reported him. And then so we were like, well, one of Lennox's friends was like caked in sweat.
They all were, yeah.
Yeah, because it was an intense game of ice hockey going on. Several intense games.
Air hockey, sorry.
Lennox got his butt handed to him, like 7-2 or something.
But one of the kids was totally cheating.
The last guy. Oh, really? Oh, you have any names you want to out, honey?
The birthday boy himself.
Oh, really?
Wasn't playing.
He was cheating?
He was watching, and he would grab the puck and, like, throw it toward Lennox's side.
Oh, yeah. Why was he doing that?
I don't know.
I thought he was playing, like, referee, because they're not...
Oh, no, he kept just grabbing it when the boys were playing.
Well, they're not tall enough to... Because the very center...
sometimes it gets...
They can't reach... Either of them can't reach when it gets kind of just hanging out in the middle of the little puck there. But yeah, well, that was very odd. But we walked through just to check it out. Lennox wanted a few more minutes, and then we walked to the bar area. And first off, like they have the outer bar where people are waiting to get drinks to go back to bowling.
Oh yeah, a long queue for like the takeaway beers.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Super long queue.
Yeah,
and it was going slow. And this bar, this goes to the ridiculous. This bar area had the plexiglass up between the bartenders and the patrons, and then you walk to the other side where the real bar, quote unquote, is
the lounge.
Zero plexiglass. Right. Customers, bartenders totally doing their thing. It's just a bunch of nonsense, if you ask me. So the queue, it was going really slow, and I was like, "Who's waiting for a drink?" And you're not gonna get drunk because it's taking forever, and the line was going just super slow. It just looked miserable. But you go to the other side where the lounge was, and I forget it was like a really 70s name.
Oh yeah,
court side or something, or lounge side, or anyway.
Yes.
But the design was like a bunch of huge rocks on the wall, straight out of the 70s.
Yeah.
Just really, just cheesy.
I like it though.
I know.
It
had a certain charm
nostalgic.
to it. And one of the bartenders was an older gentleman, and he was wearing a black vest and a long sleeve white button-up shirt, and he looked like he should be bartending in Las Vegas in the 1970s. But so I just imagine, and just the people hanging out there, that was quite the scene. I don't think I would have ever hung out there, but I need to know more from the people who that's their scene, their regulars there, who goes there for a good time.
Yeah. Is that your go-to bar?
Yeah.
That you meet people?
Yeah.
Or do they have like family out in the front part bowling?
Yeah.
And they're back in the lounge?
Well, that's what we talked, because you dropped Lennox off, you came home, and then we went back out there when it was the party was over, so to speak. But we were like, maybe we should have just hung out in this bar.
Yeah.
And not even have a drink or two, but we're not going to get smashed or anything, but just kind of, because the people watching scene, it was quite the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
so we've been watching Dopesick, which is a television series on Hulu. And it has to do with Oxycontin, specifically the opioid epidemic on a broader scale, but specifically Oxycontin and Purdue Pharma and that whole deal. And it spans a decade.
Oh yeah,
Flashes back and forth between the 90s and the aughts, the 2000s. So we started watching. It's 7 episodes, and we got to episode 3 the other night, and there were 3 instances where I gave up on it. One was a conversation between Rosario Dawson and one of the U.S. attorneys. No, one of the pharmacists. And the dialogue was just so bad.
And she plays like a high-ranking
DOJ,
not DEA, some high-ranking government
federal
person.
Yeah,
federal government.
But this conversation between her and this pharmacist was just so dumb and just so bad and contrived and bad dialogue. Not believable on any level. Like, she's asking him, so why do you sell OxyContin? And he's like, because the Purdue pharmacy sales rep said we would get sued if we didn't carry it. Okay, that was number one. Number two was one of the U.S. attorneys ends up in the hospital. And then he gets into this big conversation with hospital staff about, they're like, oh, we're going to throw you on some OxyContin because he needs pain relief. And he's like, do you have anything in non-opioid? And they're throwing like pamphlets at him. And it was just so, and his wife was involved. Like,
I thought that was really realistic and understandable.
They threw him in that situation so he would have this big disagreement with hospital staff to show.
Yeah. Well, it furthered along their investigation because he went back and told his partner, did you know they show people this and they have all this paperwork that their pamphlets they're handing people. Yeah. So it furthered that storyline along. Right. But on the other hand, I didn't think it was unbelievable. Have you ever been in the hospital and they give you stuff like that and they show you that little happy face chart? They still use that chart.
Really?
Currently in hospitals and doctors' offices, yeah.
Is that the pain chart?
Yeah. Oh. It's like little faces and what's your pain level, 0 to 10.
And you pick an emoji from the chart? Mm-hmm. I always go 10. and when I'm buying ibuprofen, I always go for maximum strength. I don't need none of that 4 out of 10 nonsense. Anyways, that was the second thing. And then the third thing was Caitlin Devers, who plays Tim Allen's daughter, one of Tim Allen's daughters on his second sitcom.
Last Man Standing?
Yes. Is that was it? Oh yeah, Home Improvement was his first one. That's how I know her. Anyways.
In Dopesick, she plays a young miner who lives in Appalachia who finds herself hooked on OxyContin.
Right. And she's a lesbian in a small country town. Okay, whatever. But it becomes a big part of the plot with her parents and her dad disapproving in the third episode, where I was like, this has nothing to do with OxyContin.
I get the feeling you didn't want a scripted series. You wanted a documentary.
Yeah. Or a movie.
Oh, okay. Or a short and condensed version of the show. Okay.
The best part is the Purdue Pharma guy.
Oh, yeah. He's really good.
He's very, measured, yet bloodthirsty, and takes no prisoners. In just his approach to getting OxyContin on the market and selling it and getting as many people hooked on it, so to speak, as possible. I loved the character. The actor did very well in it. And that's what I wanted more of. I didn't need Michael Keaton way too involved in Caitlin Devers' life.
Michael Keaton plays the small town doctor.
Yeah.
We won't give you any spoilers. Yeah. What happens to him?
Yeah. But anyways, third episode, I was like, I'm out. And you powered through to the fifth episode.
Through. I think I have 2 episodes left.
I went to shave. I was like, it's Friday night. I'm going to go shave because Grace's baptism was Saturday. And I was like, I want to shave so I can be shaved for Grace's baptism. And I don't want to watch this show anymore. And the few updates you kept giving me, I just shook my head like, oh, shocking.
A couple of sort of ridiculous things did happen, or it was a bit too dramatic. Yeah. Although we all know in real life that's what's happening, or has happened, I mean.
Yeah.
But even so, I do enjoy the legal side of it more, like the scenes with the pharmacy company. No, Purdue Pharma. And the sales reps and all the government agencies.
The business side is fast. There's the best scene, I think it happened in the first episode, but Purdue Pharma is a family owns it. And one cousin who has a huge share, whatever, is going against another brother who has a big stake. And they're at a dinner table. And it's in this museum, and they're not talking to each other because there's business people there. And they're sort of saying, tell my brother that we should get OxyContin, and it's going to be the next big drug. And then the other family member on the other side of the table kind of huddles with his legal guys or business advisors, and then one of them says, "Well, tell Luke, the brother, that we don't think OxyContin is going to be." And I was like, "Is this what really happens? Like the Waltons who own Walmart, they're billionaires. Is this how they have dinner? Is this how they talk business? You don't mix business with pleasure, honey." So I thought that was fascinating. I don't know if that really happens, but I thought that was cool. I've never seen that.
It was good TV.
Yeah, but I ducked out episode 3. You kept powering through to episode 5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna finish 1 because I'm really interested in this subject matter and the story. 2, we always give up on shows a few episodes in.
We do. Me and you.
You and I, yes. Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm like, I'm not giving up this time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it happen.
Well, see, my thing is that we give up most of the time. The times we do stick to the end, I'm always like, that could have been 2 episodes shorter.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you and I are also both, the last episode, we're like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, we're kind of, endings are hard to stick, no matter what your genre or platform. So, like Squid Game.
Yeah.
I was happy we finished it, but you and I both could have done, like, without the last episode.
Yeah, the last step was bad. But it was good.
And you don't know that until you finish it.
Yeah.
See?
But, it got me to thinking, like, I love Married with Children. I love Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. We both love The Office, but there were weak seasons. There were weak spells. Just not every episode was super strong or brilliant or great. So back in the day, you got with the TV show and you stuck through it to the end. Bittersweet. Although actually, I have given up on shows, but not the ones that I truly loved.
Well, with situation comedies, you can skip episodes.
Yeah,
it's not like a docuseries.
Law and Order.
Well, no, even Law and Order. For the most part, each episode is self-contained.
Right, that's true. Yeah,
there's some, like, if you care about like the personal lives of the investigators or whatever, there's like overarching seasonal arcs.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like whatever. Breaking Bad or something, where like the story plot it continues.
Like Breaking Bad, I think you have to watch the whole thing. Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely.
And this show, like anything where there's like a through storyline, and each episode has important information and it builds.
Yeah.
But yeah, with like a situation comedy, you can just watch one here or there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you're not lost, and you don't have to wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just thought back in the day, when I loved a show, I would stick with it. But nowadays, it's completely different. The script flipped. The world has changed because there's so much crap out there, infinite content, that if you don't keep me spellbound through your 7-episode order, jeez, just 7 episodes.
I know, it's so
These
short.
network shows used to be 22 episodes a season, and they would go for 7 to 8 seasons. Oh, and a lot of them were mediocre, decent, average.
It's a consumer's market.
Yeah.
Life is too short, and we have way too much choice.
Yeah.
So you really got to hook your audience.
Yeah.
And keep them coming back for more.
Yeah. And Dopesick, no. But you got 2 more episodes.
I am going to watch it.
The subject matter is absolutely important.
Yeah, like I have a couple books queued up at the library that I'm going to get that are just like research and looking into the whole opioid crisis. Yeah, I want to finish it, but then on the other hand, like, it's a real life story, so we know how it ends, and it's not a happy ending.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have much of a conclusion yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still an ongoing issue, and Purdue Pharma got a slap on the wrist, and the family themselves, like, they went unscathed practically. They're never going to face any criminal charges.
Yeah.
Because of the deal they made, whenever that was a few years ago. So, part of me is like, do I really want to finish it? I know how it ends.
Give it up, honey.
Well, give me something else to watch, honey.
Dune. Well, like, I'm watching 007, No Time to Die. I'm an hour in, and here's my review. It's okay. It's not perfect, but I'm watching it.
Are you going to finish what's it called? No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. And at 2 hours and 43 minutes, there's too much time to die. Mm-hmm. Okay, I stole that joke. But no, I'm not going to finish it.
Okay.
Bond's going to win and remain unscathed. And this is Daniel Craig's last time. I'm tired of him frolicking with 20-year-old girls. Okay, the dude's up near 60. I mean, he's got Rachel Weisz, okay, who is an older gal, but she's pretty.
One of the most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah,
but yeah, she's not like a ridiculously younger person than him.
Yeah, and this blonde chick, and then the Ben Affleck. Girlfriend of 2020 or Ana de Armas or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, what? This is a bunch of nonsense. That was my review.
And oop.
I hope you can't hear me eating stew.
Stew.
I'm done.
Okay.
And oop.
Can I have a drink of water?
Yes, ma'am. It's like we're in bed together, love.
And oop.
Okay. We ate at Raley's Hot Walk, which is Raley's is a grocery store, and they have Chinese food in there. It's the Panda Express setup.
It's like a hot deli, person behind the counter.
Yeah, and then we had the McRib, which is available for a limited time, honey.
Was that the same day?
No.
Oh, okay.
McRib was Friday.
The past few days have been a blur. I
know. We had a 4-day weekend. It's almost over. So let's start with the Raley's Hot Walk. Saturday, we went to Grace Fisher's baptism, which started at 10 a.m.
And oop.
Okay, so we had to put on our Sunday best for Grace Fisher's baptism. You wore black pinstripe pants, honey, and I love them.
Thank you.
I love them so much. Now, Luna criticized you for not wearing a dress.
Yes.
But I love pinstripe pants. I've never actually owned pinstripe pants myself, but there's something just debonair about them.
I like it too.
And you wore that and a black top, right?
I wear a black top with a jean jacket.
Jean jacket, right. Luna wore a dress with black tights. Leggings, yes. Which she stole from you. She stole that look from you, and then you stole that look from Rachel Berry on Glee. Is that what was happening there?
I definitely stole it from Rachel Berry.
And then I wore a lilac/violet short sleeve button up shirt from Banana Republic, which I'm amazed that I still fit into. And then we picked Lennox up, and he was wearing he was wearing pants.
He was wearing the nicest clothes he owns.
He hates pants. He hates pants, and he hates gel in his hair. And recently, he doesn't even wear a shirt around the house. Yet he's cold because he walks around with a blanket. He looks like a Jedi. He looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. But we dressed up is my point. So we thought about, okay, what are we gonna eat? There's a Raley's on Folsom Boulevard right near the church, and they have a hot walk. But then I was like, well, then we got to drive it all the way home. It's not too bad, 15-20 minutes. But I looked on the West Sacramento Raley's website, and they have a hot walk. And we've never been to the West Sacramento Raley's. It's 5 minutes away. We've lived here 18 months in West Sacramento, but we hadn't been to the Raley's. Because why, honey?
Because we have cheaper grocery shopping options that we prefer to go to instead. Yeah.
Well, if we need something quick and close, Target is super close.
And that's not cheaper necessarily, but it's closer. So we go there.
And Walmart is that's where we get the most groceries, and we do the pickup. But we just always, and West Capitol is a little dicey. It's sort of like walking into country club lanes. It's a little touch and go there. But so we're like, okay, they got the hot walk. Let's go to that Raley's, and I was craving Chinese, and what we've discovered is that the Chinese in West Sacramento sucks. there's 3 main Chinese places. There's Hing's, East Side, and Peace Cuisine. We've tried all of them at least once, and they've all been unimpressive.
Terrible. One, I couldn't even, I took a couple bites and I couldn't eat any.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad because you bought a lot and it cost a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I could not help you eat any of it.
Yeah. And so...
There's a fourth option.
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Yes, which we've declared the best Chinese in West Sacramento. That's like Sacramento Magazine, best pizza in Sacramento, and then Round Table's like number 2. Like, why are you picking a chain? So we went to the Hot Walk, Raley's. It's in the corner there it's the Raley's on West Capitol. We got the family meal because we didn't know exactly what to get. We were thinking a combo, and it's like the Panda. You get 1 item, 2 item. But even me and you, like a couple combos would have been around $20. But we got the family meal, which is 2 entrees, 2 sides, 4 veggie rolls, and 4 pieces of fried chicken, which kind of boggles the mind. Like a bunch of Chinese food and then some fried chicken. Okay. But it was for $26. And then we got 2 spring rolls for $5. They were $2.50 each. Those are for
egg rolls.
Egg rolls. Sorry. Those are for Lennox. And the dude working there, older Asian gentleman, gave us an extra piece of chicken.
Yeah.
We got 5 pieces of fried chicken.
What a nice surprise.
Yeah. Requested all legs because I like legs. They're just easier to eat. And for breakfast that morning, like we had to go pick Lennox up in Elk Grove, and then we had to go to Grace's thing. And so I had eaten a little. I had a couple eggs and toast, but you just had it Uncrustable.
Yeah.
Before. So we were, the moral of the story is that we were super hungry when we walked on the Hot Walk. And like this guy, he like... Okay, well, what I do with my spare time is I go on when we go out to eat. I go to the Yelp of these places, and I look around and I read reviews, looking for. Well, if you want some good reading, never mind a beach read, honey. If you want some good literature, go to the reviews on Yelp that they hide.
Oh yeah,
like you got to click. These are not endorsed by Yelp reviews because they're really mean, but. He's actually the guy that helped us is his picture. He worked there in 2019, so he's been there for 2 years. And I don't know. He just had a very professional, like nice guy vibe. He wasn't chatty. He wasn't mean. But he got the job done, and we were hungry. Yeah. And so, like, at one point, I just wanted to hug the guy for some reason. Like, this guy's giving us all this food. And he packed it down. That's what you really want, is for them to pack it down in those little white containers. Okay, so that's what we got. The 2 entrees we got. Peking pork. You wanted Peking pork.
Yes.
I couldn't decide between the teriyaki chicken and orange chicken. I decided to go with the teriyaki chicken because they had a bunch of onions in there. I love onions. And there were a bunch of like caramelized grilled onions with the teriyaki chicken. So we got that. And then for the sides, we got chow mein and pork fried rice. We came home and we started eating. Luna Marie, she polished off her 4 spring rolls very quickly. And she said, like she came down from her loft. She descended. She ate the spring rolls rather quickly, and then she said, "Thank you for 30 seconds of lunch." And then she went back up.
And as she was walking up, she said, "You should have got me 8."
They were small.
Sure.
but she liked them. Len ate his egg rolls. He liked those. And then he had a piece of fried chicken, a leg. And about halfway through it, he was like, "This is really good." And then as what happens with chicken, these aren't boneless chicken strips. But you when you're eating chicken on the bone, you encounter some sort of cartilage or muscle, or there's something that won't you can't eat.
He started pointing at it and he'd say, "Can I eat this?
Yeah.
Can I eat this?" And I said, "Well, technically, it's all edible.
Yeah.
Except for the bone. Don't eat the bone." So I said, "Just eat it And if you come across something you don't like or you can't chew through, you can spit it out into a napkin.
Yeah. And then he got to a tendon or something. And then he was like, okay, I'm done. But he was done with most of the leg.
He lost his appetite after that.
He was like, that. He was like, I'm out. It reminded me of when we got chicken wings from 7-Eleven down the street here on Jefferson Boulevard. And it had a feather on it. Mm-hmm. And being the man that I am, the real man, I just yanked it off. I yanked that piece of chicken with the feather off. And I kept going.
You know what? You have a very strong aptitude. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Because I've noticed something about you.
Yeah.
You don't get grossed out when you're eating. Like, a couple times in our time together,
yes,
you found a hair in your food.
Yes. And
you just like, oh, there's a hair. And then you pick it out, and then you just continue on.
Yeah.
Whereas I think most people, and myself included, like, oh my God, disgusting. And then I can't eat anymore. Yeah. It doesn't get to you.
Yeah. Well, living with you and Luna Marie, there's hair everywhere. And with our cat, Frankie, who sheds constantly, our robotic vacuum picks up like a half of Frankie every 2 days of fur. I'm just used to hair.
But you were like this like when I first met you.
Oh, yeah?
I think you just have like a strong constitution when it comes to food.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, hair...
It disgusts most people, but...
Yeah.
Not you.
Should it disgust me? I'm still here. I'm still alive. Okay. So let's move on to the main stuff. Chow mein. It had chunks of chicken, and there is chicken chow mein out there, obviously, but I like that their regular chow mein had big chunks of chicken in there. I hate the panda chow mein.
It's bad.
They throw a ton of cabbage in there, and they throw celery in there. It's disgusting.
And the noodles are very thin.
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Yeah.
They're not like nice rice noodles or anything like that.
These were thicker noodles, and there was cabbage in there, but not too much.
And I think that was the only veggie.
Yeah.
Was cabbage.
I think there was some onion in there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But there was cabbage in there, but not too much. But you like chow mein, honey. I'm a okay. Chow mein is an okay kind of guy.
I like nudes.
Nudes and nudes. How did you like their chow mein?
It was good. It was very good.
Yes.
It was very filling.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat more, and I just could not.
Yeah.
I wish it had a little bit more sauce or flavor.
Yeah.
But I guess you can add your own.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. Well, that's my problem with chow mein. It's very one note.
Yeah.
But it was decent chow mein. Yeah. Well, I do like the thinner noodles. These are more like udon sort of thick noodles, but it was miles better than Panda Express's terrible chow mein. And then our second side was pork fried rice. I thought it was fine.
It was fine. I'm not a big fried rice fan.
Yeah, I am when it's done very well, but this was just fine, mediocre, average fried rice. Small, tiny chunks of pork in there. But I wanted rice. I wanted a bunch of Chinese food. And I ate a bunch of Chinese food. And that's why I couldn't go to Country Club Lanes with you, honey. I'm sorry.
You were literally immobilized.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, the Peking pork, which you chose, it had like a sweet red sauce. It was very red.
Yeah.
It was like a barbecue pork with the sweet sauce slathered all over it. How'd you like it, honey?
I loved it.
It was very good.
Really good.
One thing that the pork and the teriyaki chicken, it was just good quality protein.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, better than Panda, because like Panda, I've started going with teriyaki chicken there.
Yeah,
but even their teriyaki chicken is kind of their chicken is just not the highest quality. It's too it comes apart too easily or something. But yeah, the Peking pork was good. And then the teriyaki chicken, like I said, hunks of onion in there. It was good. You liked it?
I really liked it. I might have liked it more than the Peking pork.
Yeah.
It was super good. And that sauce it was in was delicious.
Yeah. I think it comes down to your mood. Like, if you want Peking pork, the sauce was very sweet and it punches you in the face. The teriyaki chicken was subtle.
You know what? With the Pekin pork, I needed some like steamed white rice or some sticky rice to eat it over.
Yeah.
And then that would have been my...
Right, to counteract
yeah.
all the sweet sauce. The teriyaki chicken, well, I thought was, again, better than Panda. This was better than Panda.
We found a new best Chinese food in West
Chinese, and it's a grocery chain, but who cares? The fried chicken, we got 5 pieces.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we both ate. We all had a leg. Lennox couldn't finish it. you get to some inedible parts, and then he ducked out. But I thought it was really good.
It was so good.
It was so flippin' good. Like, it was crispy and greasy.
The chicken was delicious and tender.
Yeah. And I don't know if they fried it up like 10 minutes before or an hour before, but it kept. It was really, really, like, it was excellent fried chicken.
One note, and I can't decide if this is a criticism or a positive. It was really salty. Yeah. Like, almost too salty, but... Yeah. I can't decide if I liked that or if I didn't like that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think that the entire meal was super salty because we were drinking water. We were like drinking gallons of water for the rest of the day. It was sodium overload, but it was really good.
Worth it.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about the chicken, the fried chicken meat, just. It was a little, like, chewy, a little rubbery, but I don't know if that's because it had been sitting there. But the skin and the fried part, fantastic. Loved it. So we did find the best Chinese food in Sac. Never mind that. Okay, it's better than Panda, but I will put that fried chicken better than KFC.
Definitely. I was thinking that yesterday when we were eating it.
Yeah.
It's better than any, like, fast food fried chicken that we've had.
Yeah. So Raley's best fried chicken in West Sac, best Chinese food in West Sac.
And
Okay. That was Saturday, and then on Friday we had the McRib. Now, how did this start? The McRib became available on November 1st. And Friday was November 12th. Okay. We waited 2 weeks. So my coworker, whose name is Keith, that's not his real name, but on Wednesday he was like, "Do you got any weekend plans?" And I said, "Yeah, the McRib is out." And he said, "Oh." And he said, "Well, I'm gonna smoke some ribs." And I said, well, "That's fine, but where does the Mc part come in? Where does the McDonald's part come in?" But people who asking about your weekend plans on a Wednesday, honey.
Well, did he know you were off for the next couple days?
Yes.
Okay. He was trying to touch base before you left, and he never saw you till Monday.
Sure. But I have another coworker, who I will not name here. On Tuesday, he asks about your weekend. What do you got coming up this weekend? It's like, dude, it's Tuesday.
Well, that's all that's keeping them going through the week.
I know, that's true.
It's knowing their own plans and everybody else's plans.
Yeah, there's not much to chat about. Okay, November 1st. Now, it's only available for a limited time. Much like Taco Bell nacho fries. And there's nothing official, but various estimates is that it'll be available for 6 to 8 weeks. So how do we feel about limited time only? Limited time nacho fries, limited time McRib.
I love it as long as I know it's going to be coming back.
Yeah.
Because Little Caesars recently got rid of their crazy calzone pizza.
Right.
And I don't know if it's coming back.
Yeah.
Because it's new. But like with the nacho fries from Taco Bell and the McRib, you know it's coming back.
But
it's proved itself to be like a recurring item.
The McRib will come back once a year. But like, shouldn't we have a heads up? Because we get Taco Bell pretty regularly, and they haven't had nacho fries for several months.
I think that's part of the fun, is it creeps up on you and surprises you.
Oh, but it's such a good item. It's the only reason to go to Taco Bell, in my humble opinion. I just think they should be. It'll be back in March, hey, it's coming up in August. Give us a heads up so we have something to look forward. Speaking of something to look forward to in our mundane, drab lives on this rock we call Earth in the middle of the galaxy, let us know nacho fries are coming up in 3 months, or say it's coming out every March. It's coming out every August. It'll be back soon. I don't know, but well, with the nacho fries, when they're back, we always make a beeline over there.
Luna just asked 2 days ago.
Yeah.
She said she was just trying to decide what to eat, and she said, "Are there nacho fries at Taco Bell?"
Yeah,
there were not.
I know. Yeah, I have them all the time.
No, then they're not special.
Well, it's like having the Christmas tree up 12 months a year. Christmas music 12 months a year.
Exactly.
McDonald's, where we got the McRib, has been all up on these celebrity meals. The BTS meal, the Travis Scott meal, the Saweetie meal, who is with one of the Migos guys, I believe. Offset. Jump off. Take off. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But all these meals, they're dumb.
They're so dumb.
They're just like the regular items, and allegedly Saweetie likes whatever the McNuggets or whatever it is. Yeah. And it's like, who cares?
There's nothing different about the food. It's the same food they always have. They just throw a celebrity on there.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun if the celebrity could actually work with McDonald's.
Right.
And like make some sort of limited time compilation of their own.
A unique item.
Yeah.
A novel item.
Or a mishmash, like a Filet-O-Fish mixed with a quarter pounder or something.
Oh. It's like human-animal hybrids. But it's dumb. But then on the other hand, you see like the Travis Scott meal, sales went up 40%. Travis Scott made $20 million. So who are these losers? Are they doing it so they can be on TikTok eating these stupid meals?
They're recording themselves and they're making a podcast.
It's just such nonsense. But the McRib, it is a unique item. And so that's why we went.
Unique in its badness.
Oh dear, in its mediocreness. So McDonald's, honey, like we love their breakfast.
Yeah.
We dig their breakfast. It's top tier fast food breakfast. And I love their fries. You're mediocre on their fries. Yeah. You're mid on their fries.
Yes.
But I've been thinking about McDonald's lately in my life, and I think I don't crave their burgers. Like no. I never crave anything outside of their fries and their breakfast. But when it comes to their burgers, they're fine. Like I can dig a Big Mac. Their quarter pounder deluxe is good, but outside of that, I just never eat anything. Which came to a bigger realization that I like sides. Like when we get Jack in the Box, there's like the curly fries, there's the onion rings, there's the 2 tacos.
I was laying in bed last night. I'm a sides
person, yeah.
I tend to think about food as I'm falling asleep.
Yes, who doesn't, honey?
So I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking this exact thought, but it was specifically KFC. And I was thinking, I want all the sides at KFC before I want the fried chicken.
Yeah.
And I was just imagining... And then that got me thinking every time you and I go to like a barbecue restaurant, the meat's supposed to be like the star of the show, but you and I always prefer the sides. And we're always like, the meat was fine.
Yeah, the meat was fine.
But the baked beans are so good. Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like whatever else the sides are, that is like what we like the best.
The meat, that we smoked this meat for 1,600 hours. Okay, good. I mean, this sauce was homemade and it tastes like... whatever Hunt's barbecue sauce or whatever, Sweet Baby Ray's. It's fine sauce, but the barbecue place in San Diego when we visited my mom. Yeah, that mac and cheese was outstanding. It was so good. Yeah, and then the meat was like, okay, this is it's a decent meat.
I remember just finishing the meat at that place because I was like, we paid for it. And I was like, I don't even want it.
Oh dear. So you got the Filet-O-Fish, honey. You like the Filet-O-Fish.
I sure do.
They put cheese on it.
Yep. It's always come with a slice of, I guess, American cheese.
Yeah, it is. Orange. But does that... you make our family tilapia. Me, you and darling daughter Luna Marie loves your tilapia. You would never put cheese on it.
Oh, heck no.
So what's McDonald's out here putting cheese on their fish?
I always forget that there's even cheese on it. Yeah. I knew it did that. They did that, but I don't really notice it because you
exactly. Even more reason. This makes no sense. So I listened to a podcast, Hot Dog is a Sandwich, and they explain the process of the McRib, the manufacturing, how they make it, and it's essentially like how they do a hot dog. There's just a bunch of leave-ins and scraps, and they form it into a rib patty that they stamp it, and it looks like you're eating.
Yeah, it's like got ridges.
Right. Ruffles with ridges, McRibs with ridges, and so it's like you're chewing through a rib cage, but I don't know if it's 4% pork or 92% pork. It's porkish, I guess, but it's I don't know what happens at the slaughterhouse. I don't know how it comes together.
I wonder if it's all pig or if it's like a mixture of like some beef, some pigs, some chicken.
Yeah.
I think the latter. Fish.
I think the latter. Some Filet-O-Fish, some American cheese. So, honey, what does the McRib mean to you in your life?
I've had it once before this. That was 15 years ago or so. I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't crave it.
Do you know what it means to me in my life?
I would love to hear.
In 1993, I used to cook McRibs when I worked at McDonald's in Poway, California.
And yet you have no more insights.
well, I will go through the cooking process. I'm like Guy Fieri. Yes.
So how did it arrive at your McDonald's location?
It arrived in a giant plastic bag, just a bunch of frozen pork fillets. I don't even know what you call them. Pork products,
patties?
Items.
Patties?
Patties, yeah.
I don't know.
And then you grab it. It's frozen, already formed. And McDonald's has the clamshell grill. So it's got the regular grill, and then you pull down on the lid. Yeah. So it'll cook the top. So you grab some McRibs, you throw it on the grill, cook it there, pull down the clamshell, and it cooks. And there's some sort of browning that happens in this cooking process. And then we had a tub of the barbecue sauce. But we left it on the grill so it would stay hot. Oh. So once you're done cooking it on the grill, you would take the McRibs, throw it in this tub of barbecue sauce, and then that's how you would cook the McRib.
Sometimes would you throw it in that tub of sauce and would you lose it?
No, you can't find it. It wasn't a giant tub of sauce. It was like the size of this laptop here. It was deep. Like it was about 6-8 inches deep. But you wouldn't lose it. Okay. No. But yeah, that's how they made the McRib in 1993. I'm sure it's exactly the same. And I used to cook them for the losers in Poway, California. Yes.
Did you eat them when you worked there and you would make them?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Ate everything. Ate everything. Ate too much of everything. So someone with internet access, honey, type this and put it onto a webpage. The McRib's journey began in Kansas City, Kansas, back in 1981, where it quickly became a regional fan favorite before sweeping the nation and becoming one of McDonald's most highly anticipated limited-time menu offerings. I wouldn't call it highly anticipated. Although there is the McRib locator.
I bet you there's some niche fandom online of McRib lovers.
Yeah.
There's a subreddit page.
Yeah, r/McRib. And then this from McDonald's.com. It's back! Exclamation point. McRib. R circle. It's reserved. I should. Are they going to sue me? Registered. Reserved. I copied and pasted it into a Google Doc. Is Ronald McDonald going to sue me for that, honey? Have I violated copyright? It has 520 calories. The writing goes on. It's no wonder the McRib is the most important sandwich of the year. Would you agree with that?
No, I think the ham and cheese mustard sandwiches that you make in our kitchen are more important.
The turkey one you made today looked really good. Mm-hmm. Seasoned boneless pork dipped in tangy BBQ sauce. I told you. topped with slivered onions, crunchy dill pickles, and served on a toasted homestyle bun. This is BBQ pork sandwich perfection. I highly disagree. There are 520 calories in the McRib sandwich. Why would you put that statistic right in the middle of your prose, honey? Is this who's a famous writer? This is like John Grisham inserting some legalese from a legal document in the middle of A Time to Kill.
Maybe there's some law, like you have to throw the calories in there.
Back to John Grisham. This legendary barbecue sandwich is only here for a limited time, so don't miss out. Get it on today on the McDonald's app. Fun fact: you can't order McDonald's through their website. When you order, you got to order it through their app.
Oh.
The McRib. Okay, so I ordered it no pickles, extra onion. Because I like their slivered onions, I do not like their pickles. Their pickles have not changed since 1993. They're terrible pickles. They're so nothing.
I love them.
And if you're an onion fiend like I am, just a tip: when you order onions on a burger, ask for the slivered onions. They also have the dehydrated onions, which are like nothing.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of little tiny squares of onions that they put in water to reconstitute them. Slivered onions are where it's at when you eat at McDonald's. I didn't get the meal because I was on track for Grace Fisher's baptism, and I wanted to look good in my Banana Republic shirt. And then I could have got the meal, but then I would have gone with the Diet Coke because I was quote unquote on track. And getting Diet Coke, we can get a 2-liter of Diet Coke for 50 cents or whatever. And so if I got the meal, I would have wanted like a shake. And again, I wanted to look good for Liz Fisher, honey. And that's what I'm all about. Or their icy. Their icy is pretty good. You got the Filet-O-Fish, and then we got free large fries. Use the app, people. There's free.
I didn't know they were free.
$3.39 off. Yeah, that's right. Grandma Tina's proud of me. Use the app, people. You can save a couple bucks. We didn't have any Wow Chows with us. They were in school. We took the day off. We did curbside. Again, use the app. We parked in spot number 4 at the McDonald's on Lake Washington, and the lady came out in less than 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally put the order while we were parked in there, and she came out in just a couple minutes. And meanwhile, there's people pulling into the drive-thru saying, "Can I get a... Let me get a..." Save yourself the aggravation, people. Use the app. Curbside. Female McDonald's employee came out in less than 5 minutes. One thing that was odd, like she came up to our car, and then she held the bag up, and then she just like kept it there, and because usually they like put it through your open window, so you can take it, but she just held it outside the car, and you had to go out there and fetch it. Like you didn't meet halfway.
Right.
It was very odd. She did give us many ketchup packets, which I admire, because sometimes they give none. Like you have to request them. And then, or if there are no ketchup packets, and they come out to your car, and then you want ketchup packets, and you got to ask this lady, ketchup packets. She has to go all the way back in, come all the way back out. So she threw in a lot of ketchup packets. Okay, so we got the Filet-O-Fish, we got a large fries, which we got free, by the way. You hear that, Mom? Okay, I'm a thrifty shopper, very frugal. And then Filet-O-Fish and a McRib and large fries. The Filet-O-Fish, $4.89 for 380 calories. Does this make you feel any better, honey? This is from McDonald's.com. The Filet-O-Fish is fish made from fish sourced from sustainably managed fisheries.
I'm not sure what that means. I hear that phrase a lot. I don't know. Sure.
Is that like the Nimbus Dam or whatever?
I'm not sure.
I think, well, you can say, you can feel good about yourself. You can virtue signal. Okay. The fish I ate is sourced from sustainably managed fisheries. So how was your Filet-O-Fish? Filet-O-Fish,
it was
darling.
Good. It's always good.
Yeah.
consistent. I love it. I love the tartar sauce.
Yeah.
I love the bun.
Yeah. It's a good spongy bun. I noticed that when you unwrap the Filet-O-Fish, there was a wall of tartar sauce on one side. It had like poured out onto the bun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Again, why the cheese? It gets lost.
They should save their 5 cents on that slice of cheese. And
Yeah.
I could save some calories. Just cut it out.
Right. The tartar sauce is good. The fried filet is good. The bun is solid. The cheese, unnecessary. Anyways. So you dug it. You always go with that. You don't desire anything else?
It's one of my go-tos. If I get anything else, it's like just a cheeseburger.
Right.
Their simple little cheeseburger.
You've done that before.
That's all I want when we go there.
Yeah. You just want to taste. Can you get a taste? Like the Tyga song. Okay. Yeah, it was good. The McRib. $4.79 for 520 calories. Filet-O-Fish for $3.80. You get that cheese off there. That's like 300 calories.
So the Filet-O-Fish and the McRib cost about the same?
Yeah, $4.89 filet.
The McRib was twice the size.
$4.79 for well, that's true. But it's not from sustainably managed fisheries, honey. It's straight from Nimbus Dam, honey. Okay. The McRib, honey. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Ours came with pickles.
Yeah.
They messed that up. But that was... Yeah. I love their pickles. I think you took them out and I just ate them. Ones you ripped out of the...
Oh, no. I ended up eating them because I was like, well, this is what God intended. This is what God wanted. This is what this is the default. This is what the lady who gave us a lot of ketchup, this is what she gave to us. So, but they get lost in the mix because they're sucky pickles, okay? Most pickles suck. Sunflower Drive-In in Fair Oaks, California has the best pickles ever. And all these other places out here, most fast food places, their pickles just suck. And I would appreciate it because sometimes, like, if they have a new item, like the new a bunch of places are doing the new chicken sandwiches. They upgrade pickles. They're like, these are fun, crispy, new dill pickles. But these are the pickles from 1993, and they're terrible. And there's only two, and they get lost in the mix. They're bad pickles, so it's not a big deal. I remember Grandpa Curtis, my stepdad. My mom would buy that giant jar of pickles.
Yeah.
And I just, whenever I think of pickles, I think of his hand dipping it because it's like 80% vinegar or whatever, pickled dill juice or whatever. So I just remember his hand going, there's pickles on the bottom, and his hand going, him being elbow deep into this giant jar of Vlasic pickles or whatever, and kind of looking.
Yeah, you gotta use a fork. What? Or something. That's what I always do. Like a fork. Like, you don't want your whole hand going in there. You gotta like use a utensil to get the pickle out of the jar.
But this was the big, like, it's as big as this microphone.
Yeah.
You
maybe like
there's
one of
no
those
fork.
Those like tongs that you use like when you're grilling food.
Yeah.
Those are long.
Maybe you need what's my claw that I pick up
garbage
litter?
grabber.
Yeah, my garbage grabber that I pick up litter around our home, our condominium sometimes with. What are we talking? Pickles. They suck. But they're so weak that they're not noticeable. Much like the cheese and the Filet-O-Fish. The bun, I would say it's like a low rent bakery roll. It's not noteworthy. It's fine. It's there, but it's not a. I like the Filet-O-Fish bun much better. The McRib, the rib, the whatever pork product this is, it was very chewy. It was, I would describe it as bouncy, rubbery. It was sort of like the McDonald's breakfast sausage. Just it is a sausage process. Like, they get a bunch of stuff, and then they or whatever at the slaughterhouse, squirt it out and form it into a patty. So it's not pulled pork. It's not good quality pork. It's not an actual rib. It's far from a rib. But texture a little off-putting, but taste-wise, I thought it needed more sauce, and I thought the sauce was weak. Yeah, well, it did. There was some sauce did spill out onto the little carton, and then I like dipped my my French fries into the sauce. But I think it could have used more sauce and a stronger sauce. But it was okay. It was there. Just needed a little more kick. Slivered onions, big fan. Was happy that I got extra with those. So what would you say, honey? McRib 1 to 10. This is what the people came for.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm being generous, but I'm gonna go 3.
Wow.
I didn't even like it.
I know.
Maybe I should say 2.
Yeah, sure. Say whatever you want. Say what's in your heart, honey. I would go 4.
Okay.
If it was no pickles, 3.5. But
wait, the pickles elevated it?
No. Oh yeah. Okay, 3.5. And then if they gave me no pickles like I ordered, I would have gone to a 4. But
okay.
Like I have zero desire to eat another. It's fine. I'm glad I said I did it. I'll bring it up to Keith and Lenoris on Monday at work. Like I ate a McRib. Tell me about your smoke in the McRibs. But it's inoffensive. I'm not gonna kick it out of bed, honey. But yeah, it's not great. It is what it is. Speaking of bed, you just got a new body pillow. And it's like having another person in our bed. It's so big and puffy and poofy.
Yeah.
And
I love it. So now the body pillow goes on the side where I used to lay.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
And now you're still on your side.
Yeah.
So I'm closer to you.
Yeah.
I'm like sandwiched between you and the body pillow.
Yeah.
So I've been sleeping great.
But it's helped with your sleep.
It has.
Okay. Because I have less bedroom.
Yeah.
Room on the bed. And then the other night, Lennox slept with us. So we had Lennox, this honking body pillow, you and me. And
Frankie was at the foot of the bed.
Frankie is always at the foot of our bed. But we were descending into slumber, and you said, Lennox, you can only sleep here for 10 minutes. And then 2 hours later, we both woke up, and I was like, honey, get Lennox out of here. But well, if the body pillow helps your sleeping, that's fine. But it's taken up some valuable real estate.
You know what? I don't know why that didn't even occur to me until you brought it up.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, and then I was like, "Oh, do you have less room?"
Yes.
Duh.
Well, it's like because Lennox used to sleep with us more often. It's like the size of Lennox, but Lennox like tosses and turns and he moves, and then when he would sleep with us, I would end up with like an eighth of the bed, and I would not sleep well. So at least this body pillow is immobile. It doesn't move. It doesn't take up any more space than it's allocated. But it is like a third person. And as Luna has said, you're cheating on me with the pillow.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And oop.
Alrighty, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for SeatGeek.com. We don't have a promo code for SeatGeek.com. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have wanted to hug the large old Asian man who served us our Chinese food, but I'm still a good person and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Oh, bye-bye. That's the official end of the program, but here's some bonus content for those of you who follow us on OnlyFans. We don't have an OnlyFans. If you love ASMR or mukbang, or if you're a furry, here's us eating the McRib. Enjoy.
And oop.
Ooh, we got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy, tender?
And oop.
proper retort.
Oh, do you just want to eat half the McRib, or do you want to? Should we actually cut it?
Just kidding. Ooh. Thanks, Danny. Yes, they gave ketchup.
A lot of ketchup. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Polka ketchup. I gotta say right now, the McRib smells funny.
Oh dear.
But I think that's how it's supposed to be. It just has an odd smell about it. Give me some of these.
Oh man, they put pickles. God damn it.
Pick them off, I'll eat them. Or should we just eat it the way God intended? So, we have no idea what this is. Like, is it actually rib meat from like a pig or a cow?
Hot dog is a sandwich described it as the leave-ins of a bunch of stuff. Like how a hot dog is made.
Okay. Why is it called McRib?
Marketing? I'm not sure.
Okay. So,
Take a bite, lover.
don't mind if I do.
It's bouncy.
Bounty.
The texture.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I know I had one, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, so I don't really remember it.
Mm-hmm.
If the kids see our trash, they're going to yell at us for not getting them anything.
I'm gonna say it was mommy's fault. Mommy's idea.
Mm-hmm.
Blame mommy.
Always. Oh, I like these pickles.
You do? Oh, yeah, eat them.
I like McDonald's pickles.
They're the worst pickles. They haven't changed since I worked there.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, it's broke. Want more, babe?
You have it, honey. Because I have my filet of fish.
I want to buy that.
Okay.
Ooh, damn. The tartar be flowing.
Has Luna had one of these?
Mm-hmm. San Diego.
She liked it?
Can't remember. That's when she ate it in our hotel bed. Texture is very similar to McDonald's sausage.
And their hamburger patties. I'm still hungry.
Need more of my fries.
You eat them. I'll have one. Okay, I'll have two. Uh-oh, Frankie knocked an ornament down.
Uh-oh. We're on Christmas.
Whoa, sorry. Should we toss this Jack in the Box stuff? Or is it still good?
You can toss the hot sauce, but I think the cup sauce.
These cups are good?
Yeah, forever.
Forever. Are you serious?
Yeah.
But the packets aren't?
No, we can keep them, but you didn't like it, right? You didn't like Diablo?
I don't like Diablo. I'm just gonna toss it.
That's cool.
And we'll put these ketchups in. Are you done with the ketchup? Or do you want to keep one? Keep one?
Away with it, woman. Look at this. It's like Lennox's plate over here.
Well. Aw. Super. Woo! That was good.
Let's get more.